Welcome to About Life channel. Before you start watching the video, I want to ask you to help develop and subscribe to my channel. You will not be difficult and I am pleased.
Indians say it is important to respect all religions, but major religious groups see little in common and want to live separately. More than 70 years after India became free from colonial rule, Indians generally feel their country has lived up to one of its post-independence ideals, a society where followers of many religions can live and practice freely. India's massive population is diverse as well as devout. Not only do most of the world's Hindus, Jains and Sikhs live in India, but it also is home to one of the world's largest Muslim populations and to millions of Christians and Buddhists. A major new Pew Research Center survey of religion across India, based on nearly 30,000 face-to-face interviews of adults conducted in 17 languages between late 2019 and early 2020, before the COVID-19 pandemic, finds that Indians of all these religious backgrounds overwhelmingly say they are very free to practice their faiths. Indians see religious tolerance as a central part of who they are as a nation. Across the major religious groups, most people say it is very important to respect all religions to be truly Indian, and tolerance is a religious as well as civic value. Indians are united in the view that respecting other religions is a very important part of what it means to be a member of their own religious community. Religion has historically influenced Indian society on a political, cultural and economic level. There is a sense of pride associated with the country's rich religious history, as the traditions of Hinduism, Buddhism, Sikhism and Jainism all emerged out of India. Moreover, while a majority of people in India identify as Hindu, 79.8%, the many of religions that exist within the country continually impact contemporary society. In India, religion is more publicly visible than it is in most English-speaking Western countries. This becomes evident when considering the numerous spaces that are thought to be sacred and holy. Examples include ashrams, monasteries or congregation sites, consisting of large communities of scholars or monastics, temples, mandir, shrines and specific landscapes such as the Ganges River. There is a rich religious history visible in architecture, and it is not uncommon to find various places of worship, such as a Hindu temple, Muslim mosque and Christian church, all next to each other. The 2011 Indian census indicated that 79.8% of Indians identified as Hindu, 14.2% identified as Muslim and 2.3% identified as Christian. A further 1.7% of the population identified as Sikh, 0.7% identified as Buddhist and 0.37% identified as Jain. Due to the massive population size of India, religious minorities still represent a significant number of people. For example, although only 0.37% of India may identify with Jainism, that still equates to over 4 million people. While not all religions in India can be discussed in detail, the following provides an overview of the major religions in the country as well as sizable religions that originated in India. Hinduism, as the most widely followed religion in India, can be interpreted diversely. Pinpointing what constitutes Hinduism is difficult, with some suggesting that it is an umbrella term that encompasses various religions and traditions within it. Nonetheless, Hinduism in all its forms has been particularly influential in Indian society. Hinduism continues to thrive in modern-day India. The religion affects everyday life and social interactions among people through the many Hindu-inspired festivities, artistic works and temples. There is also a continuing revival of the classical epic narratives of the Ramayana, Rama's journey, and the Mahabharata, the great epic of the Bharata dynasty, through the medium of film and television. The Krishna Leela, the playful activities of Krishna, is another popular tale among many villages. It is common to find images of gods and goddesses in public and private spaces at all times of the year. The elephant-headed god, known as Ganesh, is particularly popular due to his believed ability to remove obstacles. Natural landscapes are also venerated, such as particular trees or rivers. The Hindu pantheon of deities extends into the hundreds of thousands due to the localized and regional incarnations of gods and goddesses. There are also many festivals celebrated throughout the country dedicated to the many Hindu narratives and deities. One influential component of Hinduism impacting India is the large-scale caste system, known as the Varna system. The Varna caste system represented the Hindu ideal of how society ought to be structured. This form of organization classified society into four ideal categories: Brahmin, priestly caste; Kshatriya, warrior, royalty or nobility caste; Vaishya, commoner or merchant caste; and Shudra, artisan or laborer caste. It is a hereditary system in that people are believed to be born into a family of a specific caste. Each caste has specific duties, sometimes known as a dharma, they are expected to uphold as part of their social standing. For instance, a member of the Brahmin caste may be expected to attend to religious affairs, such as learning religious texts and performing rituals, while avoiding duties outside of their caste, such as cleaning. In contemporary times, Brahmin men who have been trained as priests often tend to temples and perform ritual activities on behalf of other members of Hindu society. Islam is the second most followed religion in India, influencing the country's society, culture, architecture and artistry. The partition of the subcontinent in 1947 led to mass emigration of roughly 10 million Muslims to Pakistan and nearly as many Hindus and Sikhs from Pakistan into India. This event changed the demographics of both countries significantly and is continually felt throughout India. Nonetheless, the Islamic community in India continues to play a considerable role in the development of the country. For example, the Muslim community in India has contributed to theological research in the establishment of religious facilities, institutes and universities. The mystical strain of Islam, Sufism, is also popular, with people gathering to watch Sufi dance performances. The majority of Muslims are Sunni, but there are also influential Shiite minorities in Gujarat. Most Sunnis reside in Jammu and Kashmir, Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal and Kerala as well as major cities. Originating in India, Sikhism is a monotheistic religion that promotes devotion to a formless God. The religion is centered on the tenet of service, humility and equality, encouraging its followers to seek to help those less fortunate or in need. For example, it is common for Sikhs to offer food to those visiting a Gurdwara, the primary place of worship for Sikhs. One of the most recognized symbols of the Sikh community is a Sikh turban, known as a dastar or a dumla, worn by many men and some women. Since the partition of India and Pakistan, most Sikhs in India have resided in the Punjab region. Buddhism originated as a counter-movement to early Hinduism by presenting a universal ethic rather than basing ethical codes on an individual's caste. The core doctrine of Buddhism, known as the Four Noble Truths, teaches that one can be liberated from the suffering that underpins the cycle of death and rebirth by practicing the Noble Eightfold Path. Buddhism has become more widely practiced in India over the last 30 years. This is partially due to the increased migration of exiled Buddhist monks from Tibet. However, its popularity has also increased as many from the untouchables caste view it as a viable alternative to Hinduism in contemporary Indian society. Many Buddhists reside in the states of Maharashtra, Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh, Jammu and Kashmir. Jainism also originated as a counter-movement that opposed some of the teachings and doctrines of early Hinduism. In modern-day India, layperson Jains usually uphold the ethical principle of ahimsa, a non-harm or a non-violence. As such, Jains tend to promote vegetarianism and animal welfare. Another common practice in the Jain lay community is Samanka, a meditative ritual intended to strengthen one's spiritual discipline. Samanka is often practiced in a religious setting, such as a temple, before a monk, or in one's home. Most Jains reside in Maharashtra, Gujarat and Rajasthan. Christianity is the third most followed religion in India, mostly concentrated in the far south and Mumbai. The most prominent denomination of Christianity in India is Roman Catholicism. But there are also localized Christian churches, such as the Church of North India and the Church of South India. Converts to Christianity have come mainly from traditionally disadvantaged minorities such as lower castes and tribal groups. That's all for today. Do not forget to like and write your opinion on this video. It will help me to promote the channel and more motivation to continue to do so. Thank you very much for watching. Good luck to all of you in life.